I think I'm live. Yes, looks like it. I haven't tested my speed. Let's push this away over here. Right, hello again, it's me. Once again, I've hardly done any practice all week. Oh, first of all, I will say thank you to Brian Morrison and possibly Hilary as well for sending me some videos to watch and lots of little tips because he's got a similar keyboard, a 720 Yamaha SX920 or 20 if you like, and I haven't had any time to watch any of it, so I'm slightly crooked again today. I'm going to hopefully, I hope that's been all right to do. I might be chopping my head off today. I've moved my my mobile holder a little differently so that maybe it's getting more of the keyboard in and less of my head. I still don't know how I can monitor what I'm doing. I've got my laptop, no, not my laptop, my tablet over there on my old Taurus 1 music rest. I've no idea how, I've got Facebook on it, but I've no idea how I can use that to monitor what I'm doing live. And I hope it is going out live. Anyway, it's November the 2nd, 2025, and it's just 7 minutes past 5 UK time, which is actually UTC, Universal time. No idea what I'm going to play, as usual. Press that button there and see what I've got here. What's this like? Let's just check that out. I might be a bit loud, I don't know yet. tune that was called With These Hands. I actually took a bit of a chance on whether I could play it. I had no idea. It was just something that came into my head, and I just took a chance on whether I could actually play it, which is what I often do, as you know. We'll see what we can do here. I've written a few tunes down. I've not found out whether I can play them or not. I've got something here that says orchestral rock. Let's see if I can find that style. Orchestral. If I just type in the word orchestral, it might just do it. Yeah. Orchestral rock, 70s orchestral rock, no less. Let's see how that sounds before I play anything. That was called Put Your Shoes On Lucy, a very old song that probably dates back to sometime in the 30s. I've no idea exactly when, but it could even be the 20s, 1920s. But something else that just came to my head during the week, and I just jotted it down on here on this piece of paper. It just says, Put Your Shoes On Lucy, 70s orchestral rock at 125. Did I play it at 125? I don't know. Did I? I played it at 127. Doesn't matter. I was 2 out. Okay. Well, let's slow it down maybe a little bit and play something else that might be of interest to you. Let's see if I can. Is this going to be the one? Don't know. Might be too quick. What I was going to play. It's going too fast for what I was going to play anyway, so just give me a moment while I find what I was really looking for, and maybe it will be this. Let's just check that. And that tune was called It's the Natural Thing to Do. I played it in the key of C simply because I wasn't quite sure what key it would really be in. But I did use my transpose part way through because I am trying to use that occasionally just to give a song a bit of a lift. So I think it's the time I did something with the organ, the complete organ player book 2, which we are now on. We started with book 1, we've worked our way through, and we've got up to book 2. Last week we played In My Solitude, and we played our first diminished chord, which was F sharp diminished. Now we are going to give you 2 new chords, B minor 7 and the low E7. Now what is meant by the low E7 is playing it in root position. So you would play, have I got the right sound on here? Just check. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so you'd have your E, and you would have your hold on, I've got to look at my page here. They like to confuse me on here. You're going to have your G sharp and your, my eyesight as well isn't great, D, which is, I can do it without looking normally. Looking at the page here can confuse me because I can't see all that well. But so a lot of the time I have to do a bit of guesswork, to be honest. Now that is your E flat. So E7, brain needs to be connected. Okay, sometimes it can be played like this. It all depends on what precedes it or comes after it, that you can change the inversion. I'm doing it there. That is root position. The second position, or first inversion if you like, is that one. And you wouldn't want to go any higher than that because it will start to mess up on the split. So that's not a good thing. You end up playing the notes that you've got for your split point. So we would normally play either there or there. Okay, right, the tune is going to be I Left My Heart in San Francisco, and there's one other chord to tell you about, which is the B minor 7, which in this case is going to be hold on a minute, just make sure I've got these sounds set up proper here. Right, that's going to be your F sharp, A, B and D, and that is the position that we're going to play it in. It could be played in root, but it's highly unlikely. It wouldn't really work out too well. It would be like this, and you don't really want that slightly muddy sound in the bass too much. Depends on what instruments you've got in the left hand as well. It could become quite muddy sounding. So we normally will play it there. So yeah, that's it. And it's impractical to play it any other way because you could get away with it just about, but it's awkward and it won't lend itself to going into a next chord. There's always a reason for doing inversions and different positions, whether it's root or first position or second position or whatever. So here we go. We've got a swing, it says at, oh dear me, I do wish I could see right. Swing in 84 beats to the bar. I would normally play it a bit faster. I probably will. Let's see. I could bring it down. I will bring it down. I would normally play it myself in years gone by 96 and not 86, 84. So let's just make sure I've got freeze on so I don't mess up, and hopefully, I haven't played this in absolutely ages, and I hope I can remember it, because I can't see it too well. Just wondering whether that sound's going to be all right. Let's just do a check. I left my heart in San Francisco, originally published in 1954 and written by Douglas Cross, music by George Carey. Sang very often by people like Tony Bennett. I did not tell you about the F-sharp diminished that we spoke about before, which you learnt all about last week, was also in this tune. So now, as I have said before, it's also an E-flat diminished, and it was written on the page as an E-flat diminished, but as I said last week, there are only 3 diminished chords, but each one of them represents another one. For example, the F sharp, the A diminished, C diminished, and the E flat diminished. The other diminished chord is this one, which we will be doing sooner or later, also known as the F diminished, and the other one is that one, also known as G diminished, but other things as well. For example, B flat diminished. But we'll cover that in a later edition. Okay, so we played that E7. By the way, saying about how you move your hands from one chord to another without jumping about, and that's exactly what I tend to do. For example, if I was to just put that rhythm on and just mess around with chords, I'd be going. So you see, I'm easily moving around in that area without jumping about. So it's always good to get the right inversion of your chords to make life easier for you. Right, enough of that for today. We'll have another tune next week. What's that going to be? Oh, that's a good one. We'll have Stardust and another new chord next week. So that's something to have a look at on next week's. What else can I play? I quite like the some of the sounds I've got at the moment on here. That tune, of course, was called So Rare. Quite old, that tune. Can't tell you because I only got it written down as something that I wrote. So rare, might be around about the mid-1930s. I'll have a look it up sometime. Made famous by Tommy Dorsey, actually, way back. I should think it's the 1930s. Some of the best songs were written in 1934, and I've got an intention sometime to select some of those 1934 songs and play them at some time or other. How about something different? Latin American, maybe? I don't know. I've got something here. It's a cha-cha-cha orquesta. It's in my Latin section, but I've saved it to my user bank. So let's just see what that works out like. I pressed the wrong button. I messed up on that. I meant to press my ending button and press my sync start button instead. Still sometimes miss these buttons because sometimes I'm looking at the keys and I put a finger out hoping it's in the right place and it wasn't. But there you are. What I intended to do was something like this. That's one of the endings. I could have used this one. Which is the one I intended to use, but I missed it. Should have gone there and I went there. It's unrehearsed. Right, I don't know how long I've been playing. I've forgotten what time I came on here. I better stop in case I'm running over. I think I've done enough for this weekend. I'll try and get around to doing some more, reading up and doing stuff. Loads of things, loads of products that I've got in hand, not all to do with music. And unfortunately, I'm still spending a lot of time sleeping. I've been to sleep twice already today, even though I did have over 7 hours sleep last night. I still went to sleep twice today. So things don't get done as I'd like. But anyway, I'd like to wish you all a good week coming up, and hopefully you'll do the usual likes on Facebook and on YouTube, of course. Subscribe. That really would be a wonderful thing to subscribe, because that really cheers me up when I'm a bit down, which is quite often these days. So do the likes, both Facebook and YouTube, and do the subscriptions on YouTube, and share if you like. Let other people know I'm doing this. They might be interested, or they might just say, "Oh, it's not for me." Fair enough. I don't know what's happened here. My live has gone a little bit peculiar, and I don't know why. So I do not know what I'm supposed to do. It's got a poll that's come up, and I really just don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Honest. It's not my usual page. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. It's ridiculous. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this live and answer the poll that's come up. I wish Facebook wouldn't mess around and do these things. It says I've got a slow connection too. Okay, I'm hoping this has worked.